Okay, so classification metrics. We learned about accuracy. We learned about true positive rate. We learned about true negative rate. True positive rate was the number of correctly predicted as positive over all actual positive. True negative rate correctly predicted as negative on all actual negatives, and when to use which of them. Well, the first thing is these two are for one specific type of classification problem. The classification problem when the target is binary or flag. So accuracy is for all classification problems. But true positive rate and true negative rate, you have to adjust your definitions, adjust the definitions of positive and negative in order to deal with multi-level classification problems, the problems that they don't have just a positive and negative. Okay, in that case, you have to change the problem. So maybe the problem is we want to predict the outcome is whether someone is low risk, medium risk, or high risk. Okay, and in that case, whether someone is low risk, medium risk, and high risk, then the target is not binary anymore. So you have to define, you have to change the definitions of positive and negatives in order to use true positive rate or true negative rate. But accuracy is always with you. Okay, there are other metrics that we can define based on your need. In general, for a classification problem, we choose the metric, or for a regression problem, doesn't matter, based on the convention. So for instance, if you have joined an enterprise and they are using true positive rate, you can continue with true positive rate unless you can justify them, you justify choosing another metric. We consider normally we consider several metrics for one problem. We look at different metrics because they are telling us different perspectives of the story. And sometimes it is said if there is a competition or something, it is mandated to use specific metric. At the end, if it is not a convention, it is not a mandatory metric. If you don't want to look at several metrics, you want one definite and ultimate metric, you have to choose it based on your goal. So for instance, for that, for the example of weather forecasting channel, if sunny is positive and your goal is predicting the sunny days very, very accurately, very precisely, then you have to go with true positive rate. You have to go with a metric that detects those sunny days way better than detecting the cloudy days. So the last one is depends on your goal. And generally the goal is based on benefits and costs. We talk about it at the end of this lecture.